Tirana, one of Europe's best kept secrets in the heart of Albania. Still one of the most underrated countries on the continent. From historic landmarks to diverse culture and colorful buildings, undoubtedly Tirana will surprise you. Welcome to Albania and its colorful capital of Tirana, some 35 kilometers away from Adriatic coast. Albania is located in Western Balkans, north of Greece and just opposite Italian peninsula, and is easily accessible with low-fare airlines from most European cities. I knew very little about the country before coming here, and what I discovered surprised me more than any other country in Europe so far. The vibrant diversity, rich spectrum of colors, and remarkable progress of a country once dubbed the North Korea of Europe. A nation once sealed off by a communist dictatorship, marked by extreme surveillance, deep poverty, and isolation from the rest of the continent. Contemporary Albania paint a striking contrast to its past. And it offers some amazing hiking routes in the mountains around its capital city. Nestled between rugged mountains and the shimmering sea, Tirana is a city where past and present collide in the most vibrant way. A hidden gem of the Balkans that will surprise you with its pulsing energy. Streets alive with colors, fascinating history, and an undeniable charm. This is Tirana, often unknown, unexpected, unforgettable. On my way to Albania, I was reading about the country's fascinating history and culture on the crossroads of the Balkans, Ottoman and Roman empires, right next to northern border of Greece. When you land at Tirana airport, you will immediately see a lot of infrastructure and real estate construction around. You can get local currency at the airport, either from cash machine or exchange point, and head to the taxi pickup. Unfortunately, Uber does not work in Albania yet. With a taxi, you can arrive to the center of Tirana in about 30 to 40 minutes, depending on traffic and construction around. New hotels, apartment buildings, office parks are changing the first impression of Albania upon arrival. A sign of rapid economic development of a country on the verge of its accession to the European Union. We start our urban hike around the city from the main square. It is the central plaza in Tirana, named after the national hero, Skanderbeg Square. It is a vibrant meeting place, seamlessly blending Tirana's rich past with its dynamic present. Surrounded by some of Tirana's major landmarks, and between historic buildings, you will see a lot of new modern architecture, rapidly changing the landscape of Albania's capital. A typical morning in Tirana starts with a slow, relaxed pace. Albanians love to take their time easing into the day. The day often begins at a local cafe or bakery with traditional Albanian birek. Birek is a flaky pastry filled with cheese, spinach, or meat, a must-try when visiting Albania. And there are plenty of good bakeries nearby Skanderbeg Square. Unlike the rush of Western cities, coffee here, Turkish style, is a social ritual, not just a caffeine fix. Finely ground coffee, cold water, and sugar are mixed together and slowly heated over low flame until a rich foam forms on top. It's poured into small porcelain cups, similar to espresso cups, but unlike espresso, Turkish coffee is unfiltered. Albania is a country of many religions, from Ottoman mosques to ancient Orthodox and Catholic churches. Albania reflects a unique harmony of faith. Muslims, Christians, and Bektashis live side by side, united by respect and shared traditions. Tirana is renowned for its vibrant and colorful character. The city underwent a dramatic change, especially under the leadership of artist-turned-mayor Edi Rama. Rama's vision brought bright, bold colors and abstract shapes to the city's facades, turning many buildings and streets into open-air art galleries. The Regia Pavilion, also known as the Cloud, is a striking contemporary art installation in the heart of Tirana, designed by the renowned Japanese architect So Fujimoto. Most of city's historic landmarks are within walking distance from the main square. I found that the core city center of Tirana is perfect for an enjoyable walk with little car traffic around. During communism, most Albanians were not allowed to own a car. Today, it is still a country in Europe with one of the lowest car ownership rates. Tirana is famous for its many concrete anti-nuclear bunkers. Between 1944 and 1985, Albania built around 173,000 bunkers across the country, fearing foreign invasions that never came. These small, dome-shaped structures, designed to withstand bombings, nuclear attack, and served as defensive outposts. Today, many are converted into museums and art galleries. I start exploring underground Tirana from bunker, next to the Ministry of Interiors, hosting exhibition about Albania's communist history, its secret political police, and showcasing how communist leaders were preparing for life under nuclear attack. Located in the city center, this museum focuses on political persecution under communist regime and is homage to the many thousands of victims. These bunkers, once symbols of fear and isolation, now serve as powerful historical monuments. And I recommend to visit early in the morning to beat the crowds. Albania's communist era was one of the most repressive and isolationist regimes in modern history. the country became a Stalinist dictatorship, ultimately breaking ties even with the Soviet Union and China, and earning the nickname North Korea of Europe. In this old news clip projected here, you can see the hotel where I stayed during my visit to Tirana. That used to be the center for undercover spying on any foreign visitors to the country during communist regime. After World War II, the Communist Party of Albania took power, eliminating political opponents and imposing brutal Stalinist government with many forms of repressions. Economic failure and the fall of communist regimes in Eastern Europe pressured Albanian government. In 1990, many student protests led to the first multi-party elections the following year. The communist government collapsed. However, Albania's transition to full democracy continued throughout most of the 1990s. Walking through this labyrinth alone, just after the opening in the morning, and listening to the sounds adds to the experience. The spooky historic underground offers the opposite experience to the colorful contemporary city of Tirana above the ground. As you walk towards the ruins of the medieval Tirana castle, you will find a lot of restaurants and cafes where you can grab lunch or another cup of real Albanian coffee. In the medieval castle district, you will find a lot of restaurants, cafes and bars, along the craft souvenir stores in between the remaining Ottoman fortifications of the medieval Tirana castle. I really enjoyed the authenticity of the city and the lack of international big brand cafes or fast food chains. The Great Mosque of Tirana is the largest mosque in Albania and one of the biggest in the Balkans. Located in the heart of the city, near the parliament and the Lana River, it stands as a major symbol of the country's Islamic heritage and existing religious tolerance. The design was inspired by Ottoman-style mosques, featuring a central dome, 4 towering minarets, and intricate interior decorations. The mosque represents the revival of Islamic heritage in post-communist Albania, where religion was once outlawed. It serves as a center for religious and cultural activities, including Quranic studies and community events. A gift from Turkey, attracting both worshippers and visitors interested in Albania's diverse religious and architectural heritage. The interiors are decorated with Islamic calligraphy, chandeliers, and traditional Balkan elements. After about 20 minutes walk from the Grand Mosque, you can reach another famous landmark, the Pyramid of Tirana, one of Albania's most unique and controversial buildings. Originally built in the 1980s as a museum dedicated to its brutal communist dictator, it has undergone various transformations and is now a modern cultural, design, and technology center. Designed by the daughter of the communist dictator, along with other architects, the pyramid was once the most expensive and hated building in Albania. However, after the fall of communism, it went through various uses, including a NATO base during the Kosovo War, a TV station, and finally, event and cultural space. The Pyramid of Tirana stands as a fusion of Albania's past and future, a remnant of dictatorship reborn as a center of creativity and progress. It offers panoramic view of the city worth climbing up the stairs to the top. When visiting, make sure to check the local exhibitions and events inside the pyramid. While Tirana is the heart of Albania, Skanderbeg Square is right at its center, having witnessed many historical events. Here you will find the Grand Historical Museum of Albania, the Opera House, and some of the most important religious landmarks nearby. Albania has a population of less than 3 million people, although it is estimated that Albanian diaspora around the world adds another 8 million, with largest populations living in Italy, Greece, Turkey, and USA. Albania is home to stunning mountain ranges, offering breathtaking landscapes and outdoor adventures. After Switzerland, Albania has the highest elevation of any country in Europe. In Tirana, you can easily see the panoramic mountains either from one of the higher hotels or Skybar restaurant, which you can see here, the higher building, with its characteristic rotating circular dome. At midday, from the main square you can hear the Adhan, Islamic call to prayer, broadcasted from nearby mosques a few times a day. The midday prayer is typically called after the sun has passed its zenith. On your way to the historic bazaar, the open-air market square, you will pass entrances to more abandoned bunkers, sometimes surprising that those are neither guarded nor sealed off. The bazaar is the city's most famous historic marketplace. While not as ancient as some bazaars in the region, it holds deep cultural and historical significance. It has been a central hub for trade and local commerce since the 1930s. The area was renovated in 2017, blending Ottoman-style historical architecture with modern design. It is a great place to experience first-hand Tirana culture and daily street life. You can buy here fresh fruit, vegetables, and dairy products from local Albanian farmers, as well as traditional Albanian products like olive oil, honey, spices, handcrafted items, souvenirs, handmade carpets, and ceramics. Nearby restaurants and cafes serve traditional Albanian dishes, coffee, and Albanian brandy. On the way back to the main square, if you take one of the side streets, you will see what rustic Tirana looked like before heavy real estate investments in the recent years. With new modern towers still visible in the distance, I found the city super safe and welcoming for an enjoyable walk, even in less crowded alley with a camera in my hand. And for some high-end shopping, you can head to the modern Toptani shopping complex. The center features 8 floors dedicated to shopping and entertainment, including both international and Albanian restaurants, cafes, and a gym offering a day pass for visitors. It is situated 5 minutes walk from the main square, making it easily accessible for both locals and tourists. In Tirana, most stores accept credit cards, though cash is useful in smaller businesses and street markets. Tirana's vibrant culinary scene offers plenty of dining options across both outdoors and inside. I hope you enjoyed this quick introduction to Tirana, and perhaps the city surprised you as much. I will certainly return to Albania to explore its vibrant coast along Albania mountains. When you plan your visit, there is plenty of hotel options around, both modern and older ones in historic buildings. Airbnb is also popular in Albania with some really low prices. And to finish our visit to Albania's vibrant capital, an evening walk after sunset near the main square. In many Albanian cities, as twilight descends, a charming tradition unfolds. People, young and old, take to the streets for an evening walk. It is a social ritual, a time to meet friends or new people, share news, and in summer enjoy the cooler evening hours. So here is the last glimpse of Tirana at night.